Hello! Well, hold on one second. The volume is too loud and it's making me talk too much. There. Sorry. Welcome to another drawing session. I'm going to be doing some work on some poses tonight, I think. I think it'd just be more fun to just take a break from drawing fantasy critters for a night and just work on some poses. Maybe I'll do some animals too if I have time, but mostly it's going to be characters from the Anyway, weird. There we go. Okay, gonna let's see, find some reference. I'm gonna just start off like I usually do with some quick drawings, and then I'll get into doing some just drawings with my characters. And what I'll do is I'll try and use poses that I have. So let's see. Okay. 40. Start. Okay. Why do I always start in the wrong? Oh well. So this is just gonna be some quick drawings to just practice, like drawing fabric and I thought I would try a different playlist for my music. It's okay. It's called Dune. Nope, that's wrong. Sorry. Let's see. It's better. That didn't work out great. Oh well. Boy, I'm tired today. Already had that. I don't want any more. Do, 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 do. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. I think after these, when I get to the poses that are less about time, I'll whoops. Okay, this will be my last one because this is a good pose, but I don't want to. Whoops, I don't want to. So like this. So I said I wanted to work on some like drapery today, so this is or like just folds in clothing. And this has a lot of folds. Hello! Thanks for dropping in. Just doing some, starting with some gestural drawings, and I was going to do some, like the description says, I'm going to just try and do some poses today, because I just feel like I want to get, it feels like I haven't been drawing my characters very much lately. I've been working on, dragons so much. Want to get back into it. But right now I'm using that quickposes.com to just do some really some warm-ups. These are a little longer than I usually go, but that's because I'm trying to also like work on drawing the fabric in like this one, for instance. It's like she's wearing this dress, and I really want to get better at drawing like loose clothing. Yeah. Thanks. Okay, well, speaking of which, I said that was probably going to be the last of these, so let's get to it. Okay. So, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna find, I think I have, some poses. I used these last time. I have some 3D poses, I think. If they're not too weird, hopefully. I don't know. Oh, here's one. I think this is a running one. Oops. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm confused. Oh, this is not the right folder. Item. Okay. Wait, here it is. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, I need to find a good picture or something. It's good, just a sitting down pose. And just like a foot up on the Okay, this is good for, I've been needing to do this one character, so this is perfect for this. So I can lower the opacity of it. Wait, I said I can lower the opacity. Thank you. Here we go. So let's import an image of the character I want to use. Where is she? Do 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 do. I mean, I can do a couple of different characters, but where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Don't know if I have a JPEG of her though. Really? That's weird. Here we go. You know what? I'll just. Oh, I can draw her. Yeah, do a drawing of her in this pose. Or she could just be sitting on, like, she could be like doing the Cheshire Cat thing of just like sitting in a tree, like looking amused down at the main character. Whoops, too far forward. Oh, wait. This isn't going to help if I have the wrong character model. Did I get the... It doesn't matter. I can change this. I think. Hello? Hello? I'm doing a couple, but I think I'm gonna... I mean, drawing her would be a good one because she's someone that comes up early on in the story. So I think I'm gonna... Whoops. I'm not gonna draw any of the... How do I... Oh, I know why, I think. Maybe. Oh, that's why. Okay, I can turn that off, and then I go like this. Yep. Okay, cool. Good, 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 good. Yeah, see, she's... I'm gonna move this closer to her so I can see it more when I'm closer up. Yes. Boop, 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 boop. So... I'm just using this as a guide. I'm going to change where they are a little bit because why not? Oh. Oh, thanks. It's been good. How's yours going? Kind of a bit of a long day, but I mean, it was okay. Overall, I'd say it was fine. It's nice now that I can draw. Hope yours was good. Oh, wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, this afternoon was pretty chill. I'm glad I got to just unwind after work and just I was planning out some other things that some that are down the line announcements, but mostly I've been trying to plan out my comic and some other things I'm working on, like trying to think of what I'm going to do for next month. But I think probably the best thing is just to go back to the comic, really, because like I was drawing it on stream for a while and that was going good, so I might just go back to that. Yeah, no toes for this character. I don't like this pose that much. This is just gonna be a quick warm up of doing this because I just want to see how this would work, but I think I can pick a better pose. Because for her, a better pose would be... I already know a better pose for her. Something that makes her look more mischievous. So sitting on a branch is one thing. This could just be a scene of her talk, like a pose for her when she's talking or something. But do 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 do. Yeah, which ones is? Are there any specific ones? Because I can, like, this character is kind of like a mystery in itself. She's kind of just a wild fae that kind of finds the main character. And no one was expecting it, because like when Richard sends her on her way to test her, he doesn't know that this thing is in the woods, or he wouldn't have let her go alone, because this thing might be dangerous. It's a very old fairy, and he's not sure what it could be. But much like her, it suspiciously uses magic, uses music for her magic as well. So that's what kind of saves June and makes her kind of a target at the same time. Because being an old fairy type, she's doesn't intentionally hurt people, but it's kind of like the whole, like, she doesn't understand the durability of humans. So she might actually... Let's see, I draw another one of her. But I want to do a different pose, so I'm going to get rid of this. Delete. Yeah, I think, and that's kind of also what intrigues her about June, is that, like, she can sense that June's from a pocket dimension, or that because she has a different smell than everything in the real world, and she's really she hasn't been outside of it, so she just smells only of that. So she's kind of just like, this one's different. I'm going to see how durable she is, because she's not a normal human. And then she realizes that June may not be her father, but she is trained by him. So she does have that, like, background in, like, survivability. Like, she may not have his strength, but she does have the knowledge he gave her. So She knows all about certain animals from the Fey realm, and she knows about the difference between real, between illusion. She knows that Fey can do illusions a lot, and that they'd much rather play with it, mess with someone's mind than actually finish them off. So a lot of what they do is probably not true. At least with the if something seems like, well, and it's hard to tell at first glance, but like I'm following the whole, like, the older folklore of fairy folk, which is that they're based on the four seasons, and there's the spring and summer are playful but like humans and don't want to hurt them. Sometimes they accidentally do, but it's more because they'll pull us and they'll spirit us away into their realm, and then we get either lost, marooned there, or if we find our way back, we will age instantly, and just our whole lifespan will be like in a fraction of a second. But that's not on them. They don't know that. They don't know how long we live, and they're not doing that part on purpose, usually. But it's the autumn and winter ones that do that on purpose 100% of the time, where they just abduct people and are violent with people, and they're closer to demons. They're cruel. Like, I would put changelings probably as under probably autumn to winter. Probably more winter than anything else, because they're... Also, for some reason, the autumn and winter like to make half-breeds with humans, but I can't remember the reasoning for that. I think that just adds to their cruelty, where they just they're just thoughtless, and CS is nothing but a means to an end in every capacity. Let's see, now let's get a different pose for her. Whoops, there we go. I'm gonna try, let's see if I can do a different one. This is gonna be tricky, because unless I can find one with her. Maybe this? No, that's not right. Nope. Never mind. Not that one. I'm thinking of a very specific, like... Might even just try something that now that I did a pose that was more like her, I might do something that's kind of like something she wouldn't be in. See, the opposite of this is what I want. I kind of want her... Let's see. Oops. Might just draw it. And then I think I can find a picture actually instead for what I want. Because I'm going to do like a... Okay. See. Yeah, well, I like to give them like their own goals, for sure. Like I don't. So let me see. I swear There must be one of this. I kind of want her on her stomach with like her head in her hands kind of thing, like, and then she's gonna be doing like a doing that from just floating in the air. But I need to find a good image for that. Either that or I'll make her being acrobatic. That might be a thing I'll do too. Like maybe a something. This is kind of cool. I'll do this instead. This is like a ballerina pose. So that might be a fun twist for her. For her just being like dancing around, being a goof. Do I have the right brush? Oh, no, I don't. So here's her spine. Going down to her leg. So it's like that. I think like ballerina poses would be perfect for like some kind of like trickster fey creature. Because they would just be like hopping around unnaturally and kind of doing these poses to kind of mess with her, being unsettling a little bit. Like defying gravity, essentially. I don't need that right now. It's in my way. Maybe she can. I don't think I do this, but in here I'm going to make it so she looks like she. This might be something she does later on in the story is shapeshift. So maybe I'll give her like longer claws than this one. Because being a trickster type, she might. Not the same as the main villain, the main antagonist. But or maybe I'll like, actually this would be cooler for the hair. The hair's like swooping up like this. I think that'd be more fun. Might also play with the holes in the mask too, so I can get them to work a little bit more with this. Yeah, that looks better. Like I can put the, that way I can put the ears even just like right above the eye holes like that, so it's like the whole mask is just a fox face. It's like, and I think one, oh, no problem. I'm thinking too, what might be kind of cool is if it's like all just one piece of wood with that's engraved, maybe even. What it, like there's just black voids where her eyes are in the middle of them, but you don't know if there's. I played with a couple different ideas on what this Fae is, but the one I only had for an instant and then I dropped was maybe it's a family member, but I thought the last thing I want to do is make every character attached to every character. I kind of want, because that's one of the only things I ever have an issue with in some stories is when like someone who hasn't met someone at all is suddenly just related to them. Because sometimes that works, but in this case, that would be really out of nowhere, and especially considering where she finds her, that's kind of weird that she was so close, in some ways, and yet didn't know that a family member was nearby, or that you think if she still have some of her old mind, she would like be able to sense it somehow that they were related. Even if she had lost most of her memories, she would at least like. Her Fae self would know that there's something familiar about this person. But, nope. So I just, that's why I like the idea more of her, like, the two of them, or her being interested in June because of the fact that she's not shaken easily by her and the fact that she is a musician as well. And uses it to get out of some of the illusions that she throws at her. In ways that she didn't even think of. Like, you know, the most common sense ones, like, I think I have a page of that, but like that I might even work on this week. But in a page that I'm working on, she tries to launch this like scary looking beast that is like kind of like a giant lizard, essentially, kind of thing, lizard dog thing, and and then she just uses music and it doesn't respond, so she's like, that's not real. It's like what I just hit, the note I just hit would have probably made a dog, like any animal with strong hearing, like fall back. Or at least respond in some way, get more angry or fall back. So. And then I was thinking of stuff like she tries to throw another animal at her and she chooses one that lives in the pocket dimension and instantly June knows how to deal with it in like she's so used to them that like she just it's like a domesticated animal for her. Like she knows exactly how to handle it. Hello, thanks for dropping in. Just working on some poses tonight and based around original characters from my comic. This is a Fae creature that is early on in the story. I'm trying to just, it's a, this pose is a little wonky, but it kind of works in a way because she's since she's a shapeshifter, but I still want to make it look better because I don't want to use that as an excuse. Yeah. Yeah, I did this pose of her already. Where is it? You know, she's just chilling out on a tree. But then I thought it'd be kind of even better to do one of her just in an unnatural kind of like ballerina pose, just to show how creepy she can be sometimes too. Well, this isn't really a bad character. This is just more of a troublemaker character. At times. Other times she's kind of goes with the flow, but it depends. Wait, I'm not going to give her ballerina shoes. She's got her regular shoes. I forgot. Nice. Let's see, let's do another pose for. I'm trying to think, how long has it been? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do a different character. Find another one. Maybe. Yeah, her. Because she's she's part dragon. I guess you would say kind of like a dragonborn from D&D, but she's in this story like she's this like a fairy race that came to from a different realm. So let's find a good pose for her. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I was disappointed with it, and it's okay. I don't mind, but I was surprised no one checked out the time lapse. I thought that would be more popular, but I guess I just I must have posted it at a bad time, honestly, because like YouTube is pretty brutal these days with its algorithm. With if you post at the wrong hour, it's just like, nope, your thing's invisible, and it's like, but it's good. I'm really proud of it. It's like, don't care. Here's 20 reacts. No, I'm kidding. I can't judge those. I watched some. But it is a shame that the art. I think the biggest issue is that like artistry and crafts should be their own section on YouTube, and I don't get why it isn't. Because that's such a specialized field. Like there should be one for like there should be something for like actors, there should be something for like illustrators and other artists, there should be something for singers. I don't get why they're so anti like that side of culture. Like everything's kind of just like a how-to or entertainment, and I'm like, but I'm not. I hope I'm entertaining, but I'm not entertainment. Well, this is a cool pose. I like this one. This is one of those like crouch kind of kung fu kind of attack poses. Like this. Maybe I'll put her... Yeah, put her head up like this. Or maybe her head's down because she's guarded. So she's like, got her head, her snout down. One hand forward like that. One hand up like this. No problem. Oh. Yeah. Have a great night. Thanks for dropping by. And I'll be on for a while too, so... Because we're only 40 minutes in, so I'm going to try and be on for at least a little bit more, like an hour. I'm hoping, another hour, I'm hoping. Yeah, I'm trying to get better at drawing this character because it's like a long snout is kind of hard to draw. Oh, cool, yeah. Yeah, no, totally. I look forward. Let's see. Yeah, see, she's kind of like foreshortening everything's kind of tricky with bird and dragon kind of characters. I'm trying to get better at that. Especially because I don't want to give her like peripheral vision. I want her to have like straight on. So that's kind of the tricky thing too. I think the big thing though is just to kind of give her mouth a shape. Like that. Oops. Don't want to go too crazy with the mohawk. I'm gonna give her the vest though. I like the vest. Let's see. And oh, while I'm drawing, I'll explain some of her because I remembered I was supposed to be doing that for these. Thanks, Breen. She's from I think Grace met her during when she was younger, like during one of the initial like invasions. Like there were not everyone that came through was hostile. Much like there's several different types of fairies, they had different intentions when they came through at first, and the spring and the summer really just wanted to exchange their beliefs and grow with us, because they kind of had felt like they were on the outside all the time, and they finally found a way to, and a reason to come through and stay, even if it meant that time would be different for them. They kind of wanted to feel that side of humanity, and even if it shortened their lives. So, and this character, she was fascinated with Earth's the creatures of Earth, whereas June's fascinated with the creatures from the Fey realm and the creatures that are the result of the rifts. Like there's around rifts, there's mutations happen because some of the energy that from the fairy realm kind of like infects spots. So she's fascinated to see like what these are, and like there's some kind of like I think I pointed out another one where like there's even dinosaurs are coming through, but they're like they're special. They've been in the Fey realm, so like when they come back, they can adapt to our current Earth. The like current climates, like they have like adaptations in them from being magic. Yeah. She sees Grace as a teacher. She's so excited to learn from her, and she wants to become like her, more like her, and she wants to explore the world. And the two of them want to do that are excited to do that, and just learn all about these anomalies. I mean, Grace also has another reason that is explained that will be revealed later in the story, but what's important right now is that is that she's trying to help. Her main concern is preserving life is her main thing, and both of them agree with this, and for mainly because she came from a world that was kind of that's like on its last legs too. Like it was really damaged by the autumn. Some autumn fairies invaded her realm and just laid waste to it. So now she's come through and she's trying to protect this one from them and learn as much as she can. So she's a researcher, but she does have combat background from her family tree. Like, so she's kind of actually a mix of Richard and Grace Steelsong, because Richard Steelsong's from a military family, and he was pretty much raised to be a soldier. But the story picks up after he's done being a soldier. And I kind of, that's where the whole like me saying this is kind of like Lord of the Rings meets Taken, kind of, because I see him as kind of like the Liam Neeson kind of character. Oh, this perspective's wrong. This camera angle's weird and crazy. Whoa! Push this leg forward a little bit more. Actually, she doesn't need souls because her feet are. She's got dragon feet. It's not like she's gonna get like have to worry about calluses or anything. She's got her legs are like iron. I'm not doing it. This is very rough, so I apologize for this one being. Still, I like the pose, so I guess I don't mind that it's kind of a bit messy. like I said, this is why I'm doing this, is to get back into drawing these characters and be comfortable drawing them in anything. So I don't know if maybe later in the story I might write in some villains for that maybe might be following her, but I don't have anything planned at the moment for her because I might just leave it as like more of an obscure, like maybe it's just something more like she thinks it was something that she wasn't, it happened so fast that she wasn't even really sure what it was because she was younger. But it's one of those things where if they run into it, she'll know it, kind of thing. Like if it was a dragon, she'll like know the noise it made, and that'll be the like it'll like trigger a memory. Because it's like buried deep in the trauma is what I might do. Oops, I'm hiding her leg. Don't look at her leg, I'm hiding it. Her dress is fun because it's kind of like based around like an octopus. Thought it'd be fun to give her like a blue ring octopus kind of dress. I think when I was drawing her, I was just hearing a lot about that on like YouTube and stuff, so it kind of influenced me. I think it might have been something that simple. Because sometimes that happens with my art where I just like keep hearing about something and I find it so interesting. Much like with putting dinosaurs actually into the story again, I think it was because I had been hearing a lot of new updates on discoveries with dinosaurs, with like behaviors for T-Rexes and stuff, and all the debates going back and forth whether they were on how they behaved and how smart they were and how fast they were. Which I think I've talked about on here about where I was saying how like it doesn't really matter if the adults are fast enough. I mean, on their speed, because the kids are still faster than us if they existed. Like they would, being smaller, they would have to be faster to compete. Because the adults are wider than an elephant and have some of the strongest jaws ever on this planet. Of a land creature, anyway. I'm not gonna make that like that. I want to make it a whole. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a design for her shoes or for her footwear. Because it's pretty simple here, but I might try to add more to it since I'm doing a close up here. Nah. I'm overthinking it. I don't think that's right, though. The eyes are wrong still. I'm just going to do them exactly how I have them. Yeah, that's better. I think it's okay if they look a little bit like their peripheral, because, I mean, dragons in general kind of have that look to them, and it doesn't impede them at all. So why would it impede part dragons? And I think the other thing I said about her is that unlike June, the big difference between her and June is more that she's kind of June's into like just wearing like what's practical and what works for to make her the most efficient, whereas she likes to look pretty. Not too much out of not so much out of vanity, but just it helps. It's just boosts her confidence, kind of thing. Because that shouldn't be demonized, and you know that there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're not using it incorrectly. I think too much in stories it's always used bad, but it could just be like it helps boost her confidence so she can do her job better without being distracted. Yeah, totally. Yeah, she feels more professional and she feels more like just in control when she's looks her best. Does she have? Yeah, she does. Well, let me zoom in. I'm gonna check. Yes, she does. Okay. Let's clean up these eyes. Yeah, she's got. Gonna give her an eyelashes, and she's gonna have. There will be a. I'll just put some grayscale in there for now to show it, but she does have like eyeshadow, like her makeup in for where her eyes are, and like around her eyes. She's got like this paint. She's painted to add to her scale design. She has some like makeup on as well. And part of me almost wants to make a running a bit where like maybe like Grace is kind of jealous because like if she tried to do that it would all run off. But for some reason it's like the compounds she uses are pretty much waterproof and stick and don't irritate her skin because it's so tough. Oh, I love that. That's great. And I was really inspired by like Last Airbender for her water magic. Even though I know it's not magic in that. I mean, it's spirit based, but not magic. Oops, I forgot she doesn't have she's not wearing a long sleeves here. So this will just be her arm. She has these bracers on. Do, 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 do. At first, I was going to make it so that too much exposure at all would be dangerous to Grace, but then I thought, wouldn't it be better and easier for the writing if, like, she had a vaccine that she took that kind of, like, protects her genetics for a little while, but if she, if things get more severe, she has to take a stronger dose, so that's why there's a ticking clock, because she might run out before she gets back, so that Richard knows he needs to get to her quick. As quick as they can, with how far they are away, which is like a few weeks. This came out good, I think, pretty much. It's like, yeah, she looks pretty cool. I changed the pose a little bit, but that's actually even better because I changed it from what they did with the hands, where they had more like, their hands were more like this. They had one hand up down here, one hand up here, and she's kind of going like, doing this kind of kung fu thing with like the two fingers and the two fingers down and the two fingers going this way, which looks cool, but this feels more like a martial arts that a creature with claws would use. So I kind of wanted to make her feel like she was just utilizing her strengths too. Because on top of being really powerful with water magic, she's obviously a part dragon, so sharp claws, sharp teeth, a strong tail. Might make it a little more bulky in the back. Yeah, actually, I like her tail being kind of thin. Kind of goes with her being kind of more like a river spirit kind of dragon. Having that kind of same tail that like oh gosh, oh no, I forgot his name now. He'll never get home. From Spirited Away. Kohaku. They called him. I mean, he's called Haku at the beginning, but his full name is Kohaku, like Kohaku River. It was so cool that like a big part of a lot of those scenes were based on like experiences that Miyazaki had cleaning rivers in his neighborhood. Like he wanted to help clean up his neighbor. I guess there was like I believe a flood or something, or I forget the story. But they pulled a bike out of the river. but she's... Normally with her, she would have been the one I would have done like ballerina poses with, because she's so... All of her moves are based around being so graceful. Which also is true with waterbending, actually, because that's Tai Chi. So I was thinking with her adding in ballerina along with Tai Chi kind of thing to make her more fluid in her movements, or maybe even like I don't know, that could work. See, let's choose. I'm gonna choose a different pose now. Ooh, this is a good pose for a character, but not this one. So that's going into my save into my webcomic folder. That is a giant folder. Save this one in there too, because it was a good drawing. It's always cool when you find good reference of people cosplaying. I wish I could find... I keep trying to find that on Twitter, but I don't want like NSFW stuff. I just want and I don't want... I mean, if a costume is more revealing, that's one thing, but I just want like interesting, like really creative costumes and people doing poses in those costumes. But hello! Glad you came back. Yeah, it was where I got that pose pretty much done. I'm gonna just try another one before I go back and color it. But this is like a character, Nyla Winters. She's she's this half dragon. And she uses water magic. So you can see in the smaller drawing, that's being obscured by, ironically, the drawing of her. But yeah, here she is. You know, it also would help if I wasn't taking up so much of the screen with these dumb 3D poses. There we go. Yeah, see. How are we doing on time? Pretty good. I think I'm gonna do one more of her, and then I'm gonna draw another character after I get one more pose with her. I'm trying to think of a good other pose to do for her. These are... No, they're not. Never mind. I thought I found some good poses, but they're not great. That's fine. Yeah. Even a lurk is appreciated, so no worries. See if I can find something cool for her. It would be good to find one of someone in a dress so I can kind of like play around with the physics of the dress. Let's see. Everything's of a people in shorts. Well, those are cool. Ruffle lace leggings. Those are neat. I'll have to remember those for... I might have to save those for a character, because that looks kind of cool. Oh, don't worry about it. Let's see. Trying to find good stuff. I'm just going to put action pose and see what that gets me. Oops. There's a couple poses I can do for this. Some of these are pretty cool. I think I found something, but I'm not sure. Oh, that would have been better for the other character. Darn. I saved the reference. I found someone with long hair, and I was like, "Oh no, that would have been perfect for the fox girl." No. Ooh, this would be good. I should use this like a volleyball kind of pose. That'd be kind of cool for her because she could be like making an orb of water and just just like punt it into somebody. If I could just get a good angle. I can get good angles with bows, but I want to... Come on, guys. Take a picture from the front, not the back. Cowards. That's cool, too. I'm going to save that. Man, why is this so hard? Sorry, I'm just trying to find the perfect pose. Because I just want to find this, I guess this... that's kind of basic, though. There's some ice skaters, but... Like a figure skater, but, let's see... I guess this could work too. This isn't quite what I wanted, but it's close. It's somebody posing about to do a slash attack, and I could change it to her forming water into an ice sword. So that could be kind of cool. So let's do that. Body first. It takes a long time to get confident enough to like I draw all the time, and even then I don't think there's people that run circles around me. So I think what really helped me was just like I got a couple really good anatomy books, and I just drew over and over again, and then I from the book, and then like I would like the next day I'd be like, okay, let's try and draw without the book, but draw what we did, or draw like we did but in a different pose, and that really helped. And that's something that I think a different artist told me to do from that I was following at the time. And I think just being gestural at first and understanding that like whether you're doing digital or drawing with a pencil, like even a number 2 pencil, you nothing should never be concerned that things are going to look good in the first like hour of a drawing. Like I draw at work all the time, but I don't even like people watching me then because like that's for me. It's I mean I won't stop people from watching me, but if they come over and look at me, I always feel kind of awkward because it's like these are drawings that are supposed to just be practice. They're just me warming my brain up for the day, essentially. So I don't expect to do like gorgeous stuff then, and I don't think anyone should really have that pressure put on them. I remember in college they would, but that's because they're trying to put you on the spot. They try and get you better, but on their time. But they do want you to draw outside of class too, which is something that I think they could have Explain better. Because I realized after I was done with college, just how much that helped. Like, I grew so much faster once I was just finding things to draw that I loved. Because when I started to look into like folklore and fantasy and drawing that kind of stuff, it was just so much easier. I'm gonna give her like maybe her snout's up in the air in this one. The funny thing about my, I guess I don't catch myself doing this, but with my style, I rush into color a lot of times because I love doing color comps. Like, I love to just figure out the color right away for characters. And I just like that kind of figuring, like with this character, I think I played around with it a bunch. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. I'm really glad to hear that. I like to help out where I can because so many people get me excited about art. I would love to pass it along. Because it's, especially when you're doing it for just yourself at first. I even if you want to do commissions eventually, I wouldn't I wouldn't encourage running into that. I mean, if you have to, you have to, but I recommend just giving yourself the time to get that confidence. Even if it's, I mean, my stuff is all over the place sketchy, but it's how it helps me think drawing this way, so I still end up making the drawings I want. Let's see. I almost want to kind of like with her mouth, kind of give her almost like a duck bill kind of thing, or like do what they do with yeah, like that, kind of make her like sneering a little in this one anyway. Trying to think what her hands are going to be doing exactly. Like I need to make them a little more elegant and long because they are kind of more. I gotta remember I'm not drawing a person, let alone this model. So her arm would be a little bit longer and bigger than a human's hand, like that. Yeah, that's better. See what they're doing. Let's see. So they have they're like this. The other way. So like the claws are going down this way behind the hand, and then you could have like Maybe she's making like a like an ice scythe right now out of water. And this arm's just channeling water into the scythe to reinforce it more. Yeah. And since she's jump kicking, this is gonna be the tricky part, getting her dress. I think if she's jump kicking, her dress is gonna be up, way up, like this. Because it's these, especially with it being these loose like tendrils. So I think I'm gonna try and just draw the shape first, and then I'll draw them separate. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Like that. Oops. Oops. I think of how I'm doing this. Yeah. What I should look at it. Yeah. No, if you have to go, no problem. I really appreciate you dropping by. Thank you. I appreciate any time anyone's willing to spend with me watching me. So, thanks for your company. Their tail's gonna be down here, kind of like near the thigh, kind of like almost parallel. This is very rough. Let's make her shift her down a little bit. It's always that way. But I'm glad I'm working this stuff out right now instead of finding out later on I don't know how to draw these characters doing these things. That would be really bad to find out in the middle, trying to rush to get pages done or something. Oh, thank you. Yeah, just so you know, I air on Wednesdays and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to, so that if you want to catch it from the very beginning. And I do stream on Twitter Twitter on Twitch on Saturdays as well. Although, and they kind of take turns on which ones I do the longest. Honestly, like I used to only do long streams on Twitch, but then I kind of like started to feel more like I had more energy even on Fridays and Saturdays. So it kind of just rotates. And it depends what I'm drawing too, because sometimes if I'm drawing something I really am excited about, I just keep working. Where there's, you know, those days where you're just drawing and nothing's coming out and your brain's just like, nope, I'm done for the night, kind of thing. Just trying to work out the shapes here. I'm not too worried. This is just a fun gesture drawing anyway, so I can always go over it again if I wanted to. But yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. Like bubbles in the scythe as it's like. I just imagine it's like a really strong torrent of water that it can just like swing, and it becomes this just arc of a blade that just goes towards someone. Like the whole weapon itself just turns into a long distance attack. Actually, her foot should be much more prone, she's not on the ground, so her foot should be like this. So I'll be right back. I just need to get some water. Yeah. Part of me wants to draw the bounty hunter girl, but the wings are kind of complex, and for a final drawing that might be a lot. But yeah, I hate that. I have that a lot. With certain characters, it's just there's certain times where you just there's just certain things in someone else's style where you try and copy it and you're just like, nope, I can't do it the same. Let's see what else I got. I have some really good poses even from this drawing, so maybe let's try and find one more person to draw, and I'll do two drawings of that person. So, trying to decide between, there's a couple, like the werewolf would be kind of cool. Maybe, yeah, there's the werewolf, there's the guy, well, I already drew him last time. I could just do one of Richard, I guess. That'd be kind of fun. Finish with him. That's great, though. Yeah, and I'm sure he'll like it. You can always tell when, if you put effort into it. I'm sure he'll see that. I swear I had a good drawing for. Oh, it's not in here. I know where it is. Oh, there she is. Maybe I'll draw her. Yeah, she's too far in the future of the story. I'm not. I think it's between Richard or the wolf. Which do you think I should do? Does the werewolf sound good, or should I do? I'll put a couple up, and I'll let you choose. Let's see, because there's. Let's see, where's a good one for Richard? I have a really cool one for Richard that I can put up if I. Although I have a lot of good poses for Richard already, and I draw him a lot, so maybe he's not a good. It's like, here's some of Richard being awesome, and then I could do. There's image. What else do I have? What? No, not that. Oh, here's the yeah. Let's see, what else do I have? Do 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 do. I mean, I guess there's also those guys too. I forgot I had. Oh, right. I can. Let's finish with that. I have an idea. I know exactly what I'm going to work on right now to finish the night, which is I'm going to do some touch-ups on a drawing I've been meaning to finish, and it's coming along, but it's not quite done. If I could just find it, because everything's all my. I don't think where I put it. I guess I could do. Maybe I'll do one of Richard and then one of the wolf. That way we can. Instead, because I just need to find that picture I have of the wolf that I was doing. Where did I put you? You character. Oh, I know where it is. 3. No, I don't. Thought I did. Oh no. Maybe if I organize these by sort by date. There's that. So. Oh, he's not in here. That's right. I don't think I know where he is. Nope, not in there. Drive, documents. This is. One of my shortcuts disappeared, so I'm trying to find where I put it, because it's kind of like when you have like that, those cell phone numbers on your phone, but you never memorize them. This is kind of like that, but with my computer, with these folders that are supposed to be shorthand, but for some reason they're not right now. So I think I know what to do actually. I'm gonna do a different way. I'm gonna go into the file explorer for yeah, I'll use this. If I can. Of course, there's a chance it still doesn't find it, but at least in here, there's a better chance of finding it. Oh, while I'm looking, I'll show you this. Whoops. I said, what? Okay, or it could not. Okay. Here we go. that got me to it. there he is. Thank goodness. I was like, oh no, where'd he go? Goodness. Oh, I do have a JPEG of him. So. But you know what? I'm just gonna, so that I don't have to hunt this down again, I'm just gonna lower the opacity of this and then just draw over it with some other ones. So first we'll do this since I'm drawing him. So what should I do with him? There's some fun stuff. Let's see. Looking for a cool pose for him. I've seen a few cool ones here actually. Like I think the big thing with him is just showing that he's really agile for his size and shape. So like maybe him doing like a high kick or something would be kind of cool. Because, oh gosh, I don't. Maybe not. How about a really strong punch? Let's see. Well, here's maybe that one. Let's see, there's a couple here I like. See. Oh no, that's a girl doing that. Never mind. This could be kind of cool, maybe, just because it's not something you'd expect him to do. Like well, yeah, he's not a bad. Like I think I mentioned this last time, but he's not really a bad guy. He's just a bounty hunter that they run into. Like they're hunting someone else and they mistake June for that person because she's similar. I think maybe what she's wearing is similar to what they were wearing when they were hunting her, the person. And they thought maybe she was just something about her felt like it was. Oh no, you know what it was? It was on that page I think I showed, which I'll pop up really quick. It's right here. This page, which I did a little bit more work on actually. I cleaned it up a little bit, but this is not the version I cleaned for some reason. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Well, it is. But anyway, the point is like when she's having her anxiety attack and she releases all this energy, and I don't know if you see her, but oops, I meant to do that. Ahem. That's the other bounty hunter right there. She's hiding her. She's kind of just hiding in plain sight because she doesn't have her wings present, because she can hide. She can bamf them away. So it gives her more versatility, obviously, because otherwise she'd bang into every door that she walked through. But yeah, she sees her having her anxiety attack with all this malevolent energy shooting out of her, and she thinks she's the witch they're hunting, but it's actually just the just energy that is related to her, like something that she's trying to figure out as the story goes on. Like, why is she having this happen? And it's related to her family's past, and it's related to why she was living in the pocket dimension. Because it wasn't just to hide Richard. It was the whole family was. It was her and him being hidden. But so yeah, now let's work on just really quick. Oops. Trying to do a different pose for this guy. So like a hike. I was thinking like a. Actually, this would be perfect if I can get this like a drawing like something like this. Like a punch. No, that's not what I want. They gave me everything but I wanted. It's like, oh, you wanted this guy jumping in the air and punching? How about we show you a picture from 500 miles away and wrong. Actually, no, this is perfect. I'm going to use this drawing, this one, because this guy's doing a leap. So, oops. So his legs up like this, so I can kind of put the snout down, kind of like he's crouched in. I think the big thing with drawing wolves that I found out is that, like, it's all about the massive fur. Like, that's what separates them a lot from dogs, is just this mane of hair they have on the front of their body. Which is probably why in like horror movies, when they use practical effects, it always looks more real, because they actually get fur and it's really like thick. Whereas when they use CG, it looks wrong. This does not sound like it should be Dune music. But I like it. It's kind of nice and creepy, kind of a creepy vibe. Good for this character, I guess, because he's a hunter. At first I was going to make this guy into like, there's a type of fairy that's part wolf, but then I thought, wouldn't it be cooler if I also put some things like werewolves in this world as well? Like, I might even, I'll probably have some vampires that pop up later as well. Maybe just to even show how scary elves are, I'll make like something like a vampire appear, and they think it's it starts to believe that it's hunting prey, but then like at the last minute it realizes that it's not hunting a human, it's stalking a like a pure-blooded elf, and the elf just like folds it like a lawn chair. Like just grabs it and ragdolls it or something. Or just like instantly like summons a sun in its hand and instantly vaporizes the vampire. It's like, yeah, you thought I was a human? Fool. Yeah, I like this kind of action pose though, where like they're like leaping and they have a lot of energy going like this, where you like through the air. And you have like the claws out. And the way this guy's this bounty hunter's, his family line of werewolves adapted to the Feyre was he gained the ability. His fur is as hard as mithril. So like, on top of regenerating, he's pretty much like bulletproof. to anything other than like really high caliber and or really strong people with weapons, which was his first hint when he fights Richard, that these aren't this isn't just like some bodyguard nobody that's following this girl around, and he's like, maybe we made a mistake in attacking these two. It's like, maybe not them, maybe this isn't, even if they are a bounty, maybe they're not worth the bounty. And I think I even said like a big part of their plan later on, because this isn't huge spoilers, because this is like all like early comic that's gonna be out soon, but he essentially decides that they are like, that Richard's probably got enemies, and he's going to use Richard to lure them out by just staying in the shadows and waiting for them to show their faces, and like even before they engage with Richard, he's just going to capture them, because they're not looking at their backs when Richard's at their front, because anyone who's an enemy of Richard's going to think that he's the worst threat. This guy's like, I'm going to use that to my advantage and make a lot of money. He's got like this blue silver skin because of his Oh, nice. Like, wait, let me see. Can't see that one thing. Balto. Sorry, I couldn't. The chat window has that emote thing in the way, so I couldn't see if it said a Balto. Yeah, I liked Balto. It was a good movie. Although it's funny that like, they apparently the guy who owned the other because it was in reality it was, I believe, the final leg of the journey was done by another set of team of dogs. And the reason that Balto made it there in time is because they did the longer leg before him, and he finished it up. And I guess the guy who owned those dogs was a little bit annoyed, but I mean, that dog also lived longer than Balto. Sadly, I don't like hearing that dogs pass early. But so I think it, even though it didn't get the fame, it did get a longer life. So. But I like that movie. The little girl was just beyond cute. Like, you're like, oh, she better make it, or so help me. Yeah, the antagonist in that movie is not even... I don't even know if there was a dog named that on either team. But it was just a thing for them to do to add more conflict. Which was fine. It was still a fun movie. I even thought the pandas, the polar bears and all that were fine in the first film. I heard they weren't as good in the second, but the first one they were fine. I kind of like the one that couldn't talk, because he's like... just made sound effects. But yeah, this guy's wearing like military garb. It's his thing. So he's got the like that camo where it's, like the rectangles of color. They're like gray and black. But there we go. That came out really. I'm pretty happy with this. It's kind of loose, but that's fine. It's a really good pose. Yeah, right? Rosie was adorable. No wonder that every dog was like, we're saving this child. It's like, I don't care how many of us fall. We've saved the child. Although, of course, a dog would think like that. Although they weren't her dog, though, so I guess that... save this, because that's a great drawing. I'm really happy with how this one came out, because he looks pretty cool. Now let's do one more of Richard. If I can find him... Wait, I know how to do this. Maybe. Save as. Desktop. Okay. Aha, that's where it is. I found you. Okay, whoops. Let's just start a new document because I don't want to bounce around too much. Okay, this will be the last one of the night. Let's get this one. It's going to be Richard. I'm going to work on some more poses for him. Okay. I think it's under the users OneDrive. Desktop. Character sheet. No, this is the other one of him. Sorry, I just be 1 second. I just gotta find this drawing. I just had a. Wait, I don't need to. I already did it. Yeah, but I don't want to hunt it down again. Here he is. Sorry. For him, I think I'm gonna do like a. Oh, this would be kind of cool for him. Or something similar to this. But, like, I'm thinking the pose kind of like... Here, I'll draw it really quick. Because usually... I think what helps... Yeah. I like to draw, like, the, just the bare bones, like, structure of the character first. And usually that's the torso. But like he's got... This will be kind of cool. He's kind of got like this like, pose where he's like lurched forward, kind of just like dual wielding weapons. Oops, this leg should be lower. Like this, because this leg's the one that's in front. I think. Yeah, it is. This is the one that's in front, and this one's kind of... He's kind of pulling like a... And Richard's family comes from a long line of this magic users that can manipulate metal, and a big part of the story has to do with their involvement in the war and how they were used. And like he was one of the few that found ways to use his abilities and become like a covert kind of like Navy SEALs, like Black Ops kind of character. Forces, because like he found a way to like hide his presence more, even with lots of armor on. He could move like a ghost. But when things got hairy, he could just like turn into like a wrecking ball. And a wrecking ball and a walking armory, because any weapon that he he names, or that like, well, I'm trying to think of the rules of it, but like essentially he has an armory inside of him, essentially, like, and he's got like a few specific weapons that he can just call upon, and then just like manipulate them any way he wants, based on within the certain limits. Like, he can't make them like 10 times his size. It's not like Luffy's fist or something. It's that would be pretty crazy. Unless he has a special weapon that actually does that specifically. Like if he had a mace that like was weightless no matter how big it got, then that would be one that he probably would do something like that with. And maybe later in the story he finds something like that. Or he gets it off and like one of the his old adversaries. See, his other hand's like this. That's what the cool thing is. It's like he's got like this really crazy. Trying to get this right. It's kind of a tricky pose. Sorry. Hope it's okay that I'm being very loose here. What am I saying? That's all I do. So better be. I drew his hair and that messed me up, I think. So let's draw it. Like, yeah, there we go. That's a little better. Let's see. Oh, and then his shoulder blades are pinched here. So. But his hairstyle, I think I was kind of inspired by like Supernatural with Jared Padalecki. I think is it Padalecki? I think was his last. I forget his last name. I think it's Padalecki. The guy who plays Sam, because he's got this long flowing hair, and I thought that'd be kind of cool to give to a character. Typically, when you see like a hard as nails character, they have a buzz cut or something. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to give him like long flowing hair instead. Like maybe when he was in the military it was cut, but then like as living a domesticated life, he kind of just like liked it growing out. So, and maybe Grace did too. Maybe Grace is like, grow some hair. Or she started to see him do it and she's like, oh, that looks good. Keep it going. Yeah, that looks good. Well, now I'm happy with the face. Now I just gotta draw the arms right. What is someone doing upstairs? Swear. How wooed. No, it's okay. One of my neighbors, I guess they were trying to get they were trying to get someone's attention. They were knocking on their door loud for a second, but not loud enough to be heard on this, so I don't care. As long as no one's shouting at this time of the night, I'm okay with a little noise. Oops. Maybe he's wearing a tank top in this one, so I don't have to draw his. Oh, jeez. No problem. Been there. So which way are they facing? Okay, they're facing that way. I was right. So it would be like this. Boy, this is rough. It's okay. Might have to fix this arm because I think this arm's a little long. So we can just drag it in. Yeah, a little bit. Damn. Yeah, here we go. That's better. It was a little bit. Whoops. Cancel. There. Governance. Gonna make a thicker brush for this part. Wait, is he? I hit it wrong. My mistake. He is going like this. It just looks so... It's so dark it was hard to see. That makes more sense. Based on the angle of the legs, I was kind of confused at first. And I was like, okay, I guess it's that way. But it didn't much make sense. Do 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 do. That's good. It's pretty cool. Mine have actually watched me draw a few times. I think it was a few weeks ago. I had it was a few weeks ago on a Friday. I was drawing animals and they were watching me. And I'm like, and I was like, tell me when they're there so I know that I should draw cute things. It's like, I don't want to draw horrifying monsters when they're watching. It's like, and here's Moira just being a terrifying elf. And it's like, oops, sorry. Oops, I should zoom back in. He's too far away. Hey, it's looking much better now. Just gotta shrink him down a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. Because I just want to... do. I think flanged maces just look so sinister that it kind of like... I kind of like them for him because it makes you wonder, like, why does somebody who's supposed to be like a war hero and everything have these? And it's like, was he good or did he just get the job done and no one who was around to tell anyone that of the things he did? To be fair, he was fighting winter elves, which are the worst. They're the closest to demons, so... I'm gonna fix these. I'm getting a little too hard with the brush. Hello, thanks for dropping in. Yeah, I think so too. Where he's just like, he's a gentle giant kind of guy, where he had maybe a dark past, but like now that he was retired and is like a handyman in the village that he's, which is like has some like spring and summer fae mixed into it. Like there's a couple like in this universe, I'm going to say it's not as inherent. It's not as black and white. Well, it's closer to D&D where like you could have like an orc that's good. Because I don't like that orcs are just all inherently bad. It's kind of, I mean, it works for Tolkien because he was telling a story of good versus evil, and it was a quick way to tell that story. But I think it's not everyone needs to follow it. I'm still trying to figure out like his military tattoo, what it's gonna look like. But that's the only thing I don't have figured out yet. Because I did want to give him something like up here, like on the back of the shoulder. Since they're like a secret op, they would. Well, actually, would they want even that though? I guess if it was far enough, if it was something small up here, then it wouldn't matter. Because if you're caught and they're close enough to do that, then they probably have a contingency plan or something. Maybe I'll do like the Grunkle Stan thing of like hiding it under his shirt. Like you can't see the whole thing. And like later on it gets ripped and someone's like, uh-oh. Whoops. I know what that tattoo means, and I don't want to fight you. Yeah. I might. I'm very tempted to. Although I've heard some people who are reviewing that new book that came out, but I was tempted to get it because it looks pretty cool. Where it's like although I don't like the idea of reading that is to release he who should not be named. No, it's good. Yeah, that like Bob says. I mean, Bill. I mean, Bill says that like anyone who reads that's like partially releasing him into their mind, so it weakens his it gives him a chance to be reborn. And I say he should stay gone. It was amazing they were able to get away with what they did with him too. Like he was so dark as a villain. It's like I'm just gonna rearrange your face. It's like oh okay, that's scary. That's like even most Marvel villains don't do that. That's dark. Yeah. Sorry, Bill. The yeah, Dakarth Van Moira wants to get out first. The guy you drew. He wants free. So we can turn our world into The Sims. And for other people watching, I'll show you who I'm talking about, because you know who I'm talking about, but it's just like... Oops, not that. He's in here, right? Yes, he is. Here he is, the winter elf from down under, and deep down under, trapped in an abyssal realm where he can just mess with us with minor annoyances, which are his experiments. But yeah, I know he's... Hello! Thanks for jumping in. I'm doing some like posing for some of the characters from my comic. So I was drawing this guy, and I was just showing off one of the main antagonist. Well, the human-like antagonist, because the main antagonist of the comic is actually nature. It's this foreign nature, this invading foreign force of nature, which is this like dimensional rift. But yeah, this is this like winter elf that is like just likes to mess with people. He's just pure evil. But in the worst kind of way, where he doesn't even understand why it might be bad. It's not even like he's like, it's fun being evil. It's like he sees it as like science for him. Like he's just running experiments and seeing how humans react to certain like situations, and not just humans though, but like creatures from our realm, from our world. And that's the part that really makes Grace Steele's song "So Angry" because she's the one that bumps into him in the story, and she might have just let him be, but he was harassing the animals that she loved, and not a good idea. Oh, thank you. The more the merrier. Yeah. Yeah, this guy's, and this is one of the main characters. It's Richard. Here, I have here's some more epic poses of him up here. I'll zoom in on him. Whoops, not that close. Yeah, he's like, he has the ability to summon these different types of weapons, and can change, and like basically just change the size and weight of them. And that includes he can summon armor too that he can do the same thing with. But like sometimes that is it helps and it hurts because he's still technically. I mean, he can't like put on armor that weighs like several hundred tons and move. If he did that, he'd be like he would have the density of that, but he would just be like a statue. So he could like endure like an intense attack, but he just wouldn't be able to move. And then he just would have to banish the armor immediately so that he could move again if he was doing something like that. And then where's the other one? There's D&D. Where was the other one I was just doing? Oh, here's this wolf character I was drawing. I was working on doing a pose of him too, because he's like this like bounty hunter character in the comic. So like he's got a couple different poses with him. He's got like a variety of different weapons. He mainly likes to use that. He's got these like knives he uses a lot too, but when he's not using his claws, only because they have different magical abilities, properties on them. But I'm pretty happy with like his overall model. I'm really happy with. I'm sure I'll have another version. I can also draw him with the animal legs, but for this one I wanted to just keep him partially human. Yeah. Or not really, not like that. Why did that not look right? Oh, because these are too long. There we go. Yeah, make them have a little bit more there. Yeah. I gotta fix that eye. That's bugging me. That's better. Whoops. Just add this in for now. The mangier, the better looking. Because this guy is like, despite looking like the muscle of the two of the characters, because there's him, and then the other bounty hunter is one drawing of her. Yeah, this is the other bounty hunter. She's I'll use this drawing I really like of her. I did this whole like cool like her exploding into the ground with her spear. But like yeah, she's kind of the more impulsive, like just she's like the glass cannon one of the two, or just like the cannon I should say, because she's not glass. She's tougher than nails. Despite being a pixie, she can take a beating. Like but and that's the villain again. But yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, he's based a lot on. I kind of modeled him a lot off of like some action heroes, essentially. Like Liam Neeson kind of character, like quiet but dangerous. Or maybe like Jack Reacher too. A little that would actually be even a better one to compare him to. Like a Jack Reacher kind of character where he's kind of like nice. Thank you. Yeah. That one was yeah, her design I was really happy with the whole like the colors and everything came out really great. Just gonna check something. Oh wow. Huh. I got such a good oops. Huh. Forgot his back's curved, so I don't need to do that. Just add down here instead, or subtract. I mean there. Give it more. There. Beater. I like this pose for him. It's pretty epic, where he's just like able to. He's got this. Although that one looks wrong. Is that? But that's what the guy's doing too. Maybe it just looks weird because of what he's. I think it's the angle actually. I think if I change the angle of the weapon, this might look better. Maybe. Maybe it's just that it's like it should be more like the. Yeah, that was it. It was just a little bit off. It just looked like it wasn't going to have the momentum he wanted. But this is like him. Yeah, he's just in this like prepared pose to unleash with both of them. Although this one's wrong. I can fix this one though, and I know how to. I can cheat again. Cheating is okay in this regard because we're later into the video. I can do this. Yeah, because he's kind of. It's supposed to be more like this. Because I was wondering why one arm looked bigger than the other, and it's because the length was a little bit off. It's supposed to be more like, oops, like this. Kinda. It might be a little bit off again, but it's okay. You can fix it. I can always just go like this again. Drag it in a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Oops. No, not a crop. That's better. Now he looks much more menacing now that he's drawn right. He looks like he's just gonna just unleash a barrage of attacks with these two weapons. Oops. And I think we're a little bit over 2.5 hours. I'm really grateful for everyone who's dropped by, and thanks again to your local Ghibli fan, Rizzy, Astro, and Alejandra. Thanks to all of you for dropping by. I'm really excited that so many people popped by for this one, and I'm so happy that I'm getting more viewers now, because it's just great having people to talk to throughout this. It really makes the drawing process just like so much seem easier, actually. Because when you're by yourself, all you're doing, I mean, I'm sure all like your local, I'm sure you have this too, where like when you're drawing by yourself, you kind of just have your self-doubts with you, and that's pretty much it. But it's so nice having someone to talk to, even if just to like talk about my comic and other things. So thank you for dropping by. I really appreciate it. I'll be streaming again on oh good, I'm glad. Yeah, so I'll be, hopefully I'll see you again on Friday. I'll be streaming at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I think maybe do a few of these for warm up, and then probably go into working on the comic, probably, because I'll be drawing. Maybe I'll try and draw for an extra hour or so, or two, because maybe I can see if I can get it. Since it's a Friday, maybe I'll be able to do 4 hours. So if you can't get in at 7 o'clock exactly, I'll still be drawing for a while, so don't worry. So yeah. Well, that's great to hear. Thanks, and yeah, have a great